First, they took your family and your riches. Then they took your health and your pride. Finally, they left you to die. What will you do, exile, when there is nothing left but to live or die? Now that you've chosen, what will you become?
Alright, hello everyone. We are going to start a new series today, Conan Exiles, Age of War. This is the Chapter 2 version. This game I started playing, I think 3 years ago. Never really could grasp the concept, never really got into it. I liked Ark so much. And this one is very similar to Ark in some ways and also very different than Ark in some ways, and I couldn't get my brain wrapped around it until recently, and now I absolutely love this game. So I figured I would start a series and kind of show the ins and outs of this thing. It's very similar to Ark. They drop you into a world in a loincloth, and that's about it. And it's up to you to start building and becoming more powerful from there. Eventually we'll get to the point where we will take on thralls, or in other words, they're slaves, or companions, or if you want to be politically correct, we will call them friends. So we're going to do a single player. And it wants to know where we want to start. I always just take it from the default, the Exiled Lands and Decadent. It's kind of the middle of the ground, and let's play. This game is set off of, I think, I'm not positive, I don't know a whole lot of the background lore of this game, but I believe that it is set in kind of the lore of the movie Conan the Barbarian. But we're going to create a character. You have a choice between male or female. Let's go male. And I don't do a whole lot of tweaking here. You can kind of just scroll through the ones that you want, ones that look appealing to you. The hairstyle that's on it is kind of gives you a racial background. I don't think there's an advantage one over the other. not going to run a bow. And those are thieves, not interested. We are going to run kind of a sword play. We're going to start off with daggers because they are the best weapon early in the game, and then eventually we'll move up to a mace, and then probably eventually up to a battle axe. Those are strengths. Sorcerers. Well, I don't know if we'll get much into sorcery. It's an option. There's so much about this game that I still do not know about, so hopefully we'll kind of explore the entire game together. Barbaric and warlike are the descendants of ancient Atlanteans. I think we'll try this guy. Let's go head options, hair. Face. I don't want to. We'll go with that. And I don't want facial hair. There we go. Eyebrows I don't mess with. The eyeshadow I kind of turn it different shades just to make it kind of look cool. In the game you really can't see it, so it's not that big a deal. Let's finalize this character and condemned to death and exile for crimes including defiling a temple, lecherous behavior, and freeing slaves. So basically this entire land is considered a prison. It has a ghost fence around it, and you have a bracelet that's attached to your wrist. If you touch or attempt to cross the ghost fence with the bracelet still on, it will kill you. So the entire aspect of the game is to get rid of the bracelet and get out of this.
By unknown means was transported into the exiled lands, crucified, and left to die for crimes that they may or may not have committed. Death comes swiftly on black wings, until fate intervenes.
Thirsty, dead man? Shall I cut you down from that corpse tree? It might kill you. You civilized men are soft. Your lives are not nailed to your spines. Where I come from, we kill our enemies in battle. We don't leave them in the desert to die like dogs. So, you live again, dead man. This land does not love men. You are marked. You cannot cross the ghost fence wearing that. It might have been kinder to leave you on the cross. Live. Love. Burn with life. Slay and survive. We will meet again, dead man.
And that was basically the beginning. The guy who saved us from the cross, that is Conan. We will meet him again. It will actually be in a tavern in a city that we will eventually discover. Hi. So this is the world that we've been dropped in. It's very similar to Ark. An Ark, they drop you on an island in a loincloth in the time era of dinosaurs and go. The object is to survive. This is very similar. They drop you into a world that is basically a prison. It's a free world prison, and it has different aspects. Right now we are obviously in the desert, and in the upper right corner you can see journey steps, and if you hit the J key it will actually take you to these different journeys. They can help you learn the game, just like right now in the upper right hand corner it says take your first steps. So once you've accomplished that, it gives you credit for that, and it will kind of walk you through how to play the game. Some of these journey steps we will do, and some of them we won't. Investigate the smoke nearby, search for supplies. If you come over by the crates or hover over people, if there's anything to take, it will show up, and just like that. So hold the E key and we'll loot the chest, and now we have food. We also have a water skin that came with us. It says eat and drink, so go to the tab key, movies down to the hot bar, and you can see that the meat has an expiration date and the water only has so much of a life bar on it. So in the upper left hand corner of the screen you can see the red bar is the amount of hit points that I have. The yellow bar is the amount of stamina that I have. And then down below that, it will give you an idea of how much food is in my stomach. Right now it is 67%, 66, and it'll last about 20 minutes. I have 62% water, drink, and it will last 12 minutes. The next one is how much weight I can carry versus how much weight I have on me. So I can carry 70, I'm assuming pounds. It could be kilograms, who knows? But I'm 1 out of 70, so I can carry a lot of stuff. It wants me to eat and drink, so if I hit the 7 key, that gives me a drink. and if I hit the 8 key, it gives me something to eat. Alright, it says gather plant fiber. So if you walk over to the bushes and hit the E key, it will gather fiber. Once I get out of the desert, I'm going to change the harvest settings and change some of the settings for the series, because it is a very slow and grinding game, and we're going to take some of the slow and grindiness out of it. I'm going to move the harvest levels up. So that if I harvest like plant fiber, what did I get out of that? I got 21 plant fiber out of those 3 bushes. I can set the harvest levels up, so if I harvest 3 bushes, I'll have 100 plant fiber, which is what I'm going to do, so that we don't have to sit around and watch me grind out picking bushes for hours at a time just to gather some plant fiber. It's telling me in the upper corner craft and wear clothing, so if I open my inventory, it tells me that I can craft shoes that cost 2 plant fiber. So craft that. I craft gloves that cost 2, legs that cost 6, and a shirt that costs 8. And you can see that I'm being outfitted with those, and I now have an armor class of 5. So the next thing it says spend attribute points. Every time that you level up, you will get knowledge and attributes. And attributes are basically skills. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to increase my health, because if I get to this one, if I spend enough points, if I get to this one right here, which costs 5 to get to, you gain passive health regeneration. So I want to get to that. And search for more survivors. Basically, if you just follow the road, if you hold down the shift key, it allows you to sprint. If you're playing this on console, I have no idea. Hang on a second. First couple times you play that, he will literally scare you to death. So there is my survivor, and with that, he drops a book.
Gods curse this sandstorm. We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
Alright, that's basically kind of giving you clues that you can make stuff with your items that surround you. So we're going to try and pick up some stones, because that's what it's telling us to do. We'll gather as many of these as we can. And the next thing it says in the upper right hand corner, it says gather branches. That's what these are. We're going to use these to make, and that'll be the next journey step. It'll tell us to use these items to craft ourselves a tool. It says craft a stone pick now, upper right hand corner. So go into our inventory, and here is the items that we can craft. We just need to get the ingredients. Stone pick, we need 5 branches, 5 stone, and I have 6 branches and 12 stone. So select that, craft it. These are insects. We can eat these if we need to. There's my stone pick. And it says harvest stone with your stone pick. So if I hit the number 1 key and just go hit a rock, you can see that we're gathering about 7 stone, 6 or 7 stone every time. Now it's saying craft a stone weapon. So what kind of weapons? There's a skinning knife. Alright, so we're going to have... all these are tools, so there's no weapons here. So we'll have to go into knowledge. Every time you level up, you get knowledge points. And you can see right here, we have 3 knowledge points, and our character is level 4. So we need a weapon. It's telling us that craft a stone weapon, upper left corner. So we need, let's go to knowledge, let's go to weapons, and then these are all of the weapons that we can choose from. And we're going to choose skirmisher to begin with. These are basically daggers. And I can unlock that, and it costs 0 points. And I'm going to unlock this bruiser. Yes. I'm going to unlock all these. They don't count anything. So then I will be able to craft these if I need them. So we want to start the game off with daggers. So it's going to take 20 stone, which I have. We need 5 branches, and I only have 1, so we need to pick up more branches. We need to make twine. Right here's twine. So to make twine, I need 3 plant fiber. And for the daggers, I need 5 twine. So I got to get 15 plant fiber. So there's my fiber. And I need more branches. So I'll just have to start following the road that's going to lead me out of the desert. Lead me out of the desert. And you can see in the upper left-hand corner that my water is already down to 44%. So we have 8 branches. So I'm going to stop gathering resources and get myself out of the desert. So that way that the landscape and the terrain is not so taxing on my body. Okay, so now we are in grasslands. Not so hard on my body. I'm going to take a drink. And that took my water up to 64%, so I'll take another drink. It took me up to 89%. We'll roll with that. Alright, craft a stone weapon. Let's go daggers. I still need twine, so I got to make twine. So let's craft 5. And now let's go back to daggers. Now I have everything. Let's craft a set of daggers. We'll keep a hold of those bugs, just in case I need them to eat. I doubt it, because we should be very shortly moving ourselves into... We'll craft a campfire, then provide it with some wood, and we will kill some creatures and be able to harvest the meat off of them using our pick. Alright, so we're going to craft a bedroll, And it's saying that we need 6 fiber, 2 branches, and 3 twine. So I gotta make 3 twine. 1, 2, 3. And I still have 6 fiber left over, at least. And I got a couple branches. We'll craft a bedroll. And basically what a bedroll does is set you a spawn point. So if you get killed, you'll spawn back at wherever you placed your bed. So now it's telling us to place the bedroll. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, it's in the number 4 slot. So if I push 4, you can kind of see the green outline of it. Place a bedroll. Now it says slay an enemy. So I don't want my bedroll to stay here. So I'm going to pick it back up. Slay an enemy, so let's grab our stone daggers. And you kind of see got these big turtles and little baby turtles. So we're going to slay an enemy. These are considered enemies. Anything that has a red bar above it is an enemy. If you right click on the mouse, it will give you a heavy attack. If you left click, it'll give you a lighter attack. It's kind of like the difference between a big haymaker punch and little jabs. So the daggers also give you the bleed effect. So the one died and another one came in. And it's basically attack and move, and then eventually they die out. With bleed, alright, so it says craft rough wraps, and that is, if I scroll down here, it says rough wraps. If I have 10 fiber, I can craft rough wraps, and these are healing items. You can wrap yourself up and it will regenerate hit points for you. So we're going to craft rough wraps, and I think it crafts like a set of 3. It does. They're down here. So there's 3 of them. And it says heal yourself. And you can see in the upper left hand corner I have 210 hit points out of 240. So if I use one of these healing wraps, it goes through the animation of wrapping myself up, and my hit points go back up to 240. Harvest meat from a corpse. Let's go back to our pick. And it's giving me hide. And there's savory flesh. So I got hide, some bone. Put my bugs back up here, and there's my flesh. Refill your water skin. So now we got to make our way to the water. And there is a river up here. If I press the M key, the black circle is where I am. And you can see that there is a river right in front of me, and that's where I'm heading. You can see it off in the distance. If you look over to the right there at about 2 o'clock, you can see a camp right there. These guys will attack you and try to kill you, so not a great idea to be around them at the moment.
Mic off. Mic on.
I muted my mic right there because I thought I was going to sneeze and I didn't want to sneeze in your ear. If you get yourself in trouble and you're being attacked, if you can make it to the water and get into deep water, nothing will follow you there. It's like a safe zone. Same with climbing a tree or climbing a rock. But if the rocks aren't very big, they'll climb right up the rock and go after you. They will not, however, climb a tree. So my hit points are now down to 54 out of 24. So I'm going to use those healing wraps that we crafted earlier. And you can see my hit points coming back. And I'll use my last one that I have. And we can craft more. All I gotta do is harvest more plant fiber. And we can craft more. Alright, I'm gonna pause the video right here real quick and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I am also doing some household chores. Alright, so you can see in the upper left hand corner there really is no pause in this game. So like while I'm away I could literally die of thirst, because right now you can see that I need water and my food is down. So you just have to be aware of that. If you just walk out to the water and get yourself a drink until it says 100%, we're good. And you can also, if you hit the 7 key, which is where my water skin is at, it will fill the water skin for you. Now it's saying unlock the primitive cook knowledge. So let's open up the inventory. Knowledge. And right there is primitive cook. We have 7 available points. Like knowledge points, we have 7 available, and if I unlock this campfire it costs 1. And now if I go to my inventory I can build a campfire. It takes 10 stone, which I have because it's lit up. Right there I got 73 stone. I need 4 branches, so I gotta look around for some branches again. And we'll build ourselves a campfire. There's a branch. There's a branch. There's another branch. And let's grab that one because it's close. These 2. Alright. So let's craft 1. Let's get back over by the water. We're going to swim out to this island right here. This is going to be where we begin the game. Alright, so in the upper right corner it is telling me access or place a campfire. So down the hotbar down below you can see my campfires is number 2. So press 2 and then I can place it anywhere around here. So we'll place it right there by that rock. It says cook raw meat. So the first thing that we're going to need, if I access the inventory, it's going to need fuel. So we either need to get wood, which I don't have an axe yet, but we can gather branches. If I hit a tree with the pick, it just gives me bark, which we can also use for fuel. It just burns really quickly. So we'll load it with branches, bark, and then put our meat in there and hit the play button. And it will cook. Down here's the crafting queue. It will cook raw meat. There's 1 done. 2 done, and then it's crafting 1 more. We can put that down in our hot bar. And it just says, now it says eat cooked meat. So all I gotta do is press the number 8 key. And it says journey complete. So if I go to my journeys, that's the one that we just completed, and there's all the steps that it told us to do. So So you can kind of see what it tells you to do. And then you can claim a reward because we continued all those journey steps. Some of the rewards are good, some of them are not. So some of the journey steps, once you know how to play the game, some of the journey steps are not worth doing. But if you don't know how to do something and there's a journey here, it'll walk you right through it, and then you'll know how to do it going forward. So we claim the reward, and if we go to our inventory, this is what they gave us: supply materials. So if you click it, because we have no idea what it is, if you click it and hit use, so that gave us 563 stone, 500 wood. Basically it gave us building materials, and we're walking slow because we are over encumbered. So let's open up a new journey. Let's go to journey, and let's go to survivor shelter. Since they just gave us a bunch of building material, this is going to kind of give us a breakdown of how we're going to start building buildings, eventually, which will turn into building a base, and then it just keeps growing from there. So the first thing it says is unlock the apprentice mason knowledge. So let's go to knowledge, and right there it is. If you don't know, you can search, and it says apprentice, and then this is everything that has the word apprentice in it, and you can either go apprentice mason, and then it's down to these two. So click that. Apprentice mason unlock, cost 1, and we have 8 available points. And then let's go back to our journey, because down here we have to the reason it didn't give us that credit is because we didn't activate this journey, this switch journey that activates it. So now we got credit for that. Unlock the apprentice mason. Next it says craft a stone hatchet, and if I go back to journey, you can see that that's the next step, and you can kind of see what it is that it's going to ask you to do in the near future. So we're going to craft a hatchet. So if we go to our inventory and go to hatchet, it's telling us that it needs 5 stone and 5 branches. I don't have any branches. So let's walk, gather some branches. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. 4. 5. Craft a hatchet. Okay. Now it's saying use the hatchet to cut down a tree. Let's go to 2, well, because it put the hatchet in my number 2 slot. Cut a tree down. Alright, now it's saying craft a construction hammer. So let's go to our inventory. Right there's the construction hammer. It wants 5 twine. So we need 15 twine. Alright, so I'm going to have to get rid of some of this because we're too heavy. So let's drop let's take the wood and split it. Well, let's get rid of it. That takes us down to 91. So now we can walk normal. Alright, let me get my bearings. There we go. we're going to... I need plant fiber, and there's no bushes on that little island that we're on. You can see another camp right here. This guy happens to be friendly. He's one of the very few in the game that are friendly, and you can talk to him. Hit the E button.
Another new one, eh? I can smell it on you. Veterans tend to smell just a little more like despair. I'm Arcos. Once a sailor, now a wanderer. You didn't think you were the only one, did you? You should go up north. There's whole cities of exiles up there.
Alright, so he basically just gave us a hint.
Farewell.
If
I
we
won't
go...
pin my hopes on seeing you again.
If we move to the northern part of the map, there's cities up here that actually have more people in them. So eventually we'll make our way up north. That will be where our main base will be, is up north. Right now we're just going to get ourselves into the game a little bit and kind of build ourselves up a little bit down here. The area that we're working in right now is called Noob River, N-O-O-B, and it's called that for a reason. As you are a noob to this game, you want to stay in this region because it's not as dangerous down here as it is up north. Alright, so we are back at camp. There's my campfire. We needed twine. So let's craft 9 of them. Alright, and I wanted us to construct a construction hammer, so we'll craft one. Alright, we'll put the construction hammer down in slot 5. It says build a foundation, so we have to use the construction hammer to do it. So we'll pull the construction hammer, and if you hit the F key, it gives you your, in building pieces, crafting stations, decorations, building pieces, it gives you everything that you can build right now. So we want foundations, and if you use your wheel, you can spin it in either direction. If you use the shift key in the wheel, you can raise it, lower it. So we'll raise it up a little bit, and we will go right there. So now it wants me to build a wall. So go to the F key, and let's move this over to wall. You can build a wall, plain wall, or a wall with a window. And we'll go just a plain wall. And now it says build a door frame. Whoops, F key. There's my door frame. And let's put the door frame on this side. And it says use the building piece picker. And it tells you down below. You can basically look at something and press your scroll wheel. Like the last thing that I built was a door frame. You can see that. But if I look at that wall and hit my scroll wheel, it now becomes a wall. It's kind of like a shortcut as to how to move from one building piece to another. Build more walls. Now it says build a ceiling, so F key, ceiling. You put the ceiling up top. Build a door, F key. So on the door we need wood and twine, and it's showing you that I don't have enough twine. So we need more plant fiber. There we go. So we'll go back over here and harvest some more bushes. You'll find early in the game that it will seem like you are constantly harvesting plant fiber because you are constantly needing twine. And you can see off in the distance there is another camp, so you got to be careful because they will attack you. Alright, we get ourselves a shelter set up, which we're about there. Give me some twine. Craft me 8 twine. We are already up to the 45-minute mark on this episode, so we'll wrap this episode up, and I'll start another episode. We'll keep going. I'm just going to stop the episode. And we'll try to keep the episodes down around 45 minutes to an hour. Alright, back to the construction hammer. And we need a door. Now we have all the ingredients. It's green. Alright, now it says unlock the box maker knowledge. So let's go to knowledge. Survival, box maker. And again, if you're not sure where to find it, just go to your search bar, put in box, and it's right there. So box maker, it's basically going to, we'll learn the recipe on how to create a wooden box. It costs 1 point. We have 7 available, so we'll do that. And it says access or place a wooden box, and the box is made through the construction hammer. So use the F key to access what we're going to do. It's in decoration, and it gives you the recipe. We need 100 wood, and we have 198. And we need 12 twine, and we have 7. So just like that. Alright, let's see how many more steps we have out of this journey. Store something in the wooden box. Okay, so we will complete this journey step. We will complete the journey of Survivor Shelter, reap the rewards of it, and then we will end this episode. So let's go harvest some more plant fiber. There's some over there, but those turtles will attack us, so I'm not ready to go over there yet. There's areas where we can go where we will not be attacked. And then at the beginning of our next episode, I'm going to change some of the settings on this to be a little more, let's say, video friendly. So it's less grindy and we can actually make some more progress in a more timely manner. Just like right here, I'm harvesting plant fiber at 1 to 2 per. We're going to change the harvest settings so that we're harvesting plant fiber at a much higher rate. And these turtles, I was just telling you I didn't want to go over to that other island because the turtles will attack you. There's 2 types of turtles. There's the green ones and the red ones. And the green ones are passive unless you attack them or any of their family. Alright, let's craft 10 of those. They will attack you. Like right now I can walk right by he won't bother me at all. But if I attack one of his kids, here he comes. So that's just kind of stuff that you'll learn. And then the turtles that are red or purple or darker in color, they'll attack you just because you came into the area. Alright. So we still want to, and like I said, they won't cross water as long as the water is deep. If the water's shallow and you can run across the water, then so can they. They'll run across the water right with you and stay after you. Okay, so we need the construction hammer, which is in the 5 slot. Let's go to decorations. Now it's showing everything in green, so I can make this. And we can put it anywhere that we want. So let's put it over here by the campfire. It's out of the way. And now it wants us to store something in the box. So if you just hover over it and hit the E key, it will open the box, and that's how many slots we can put in here. So you can take anything that we have, like our hide. We don't need that at the moment, and we'll hide it there, or we will store it there. The book I don't need. The seeds we'll need later. The insects, I can use them later, but not really now. Bones I don't need to be carrying around with me at all. So that's the stuff that we stored, and that completed the journey step. So you can just hit the J key and it will take you to the journeys. Right there, survivor shelter. We've completed everything. It's telling us to claim the reward, and this is our reward. It's a survival kit. What's in it? No clue. So if I open my inventory, right there's the survival kit. If I highlight it and hit use, so that gave us a torch, another water skin because I have one down in the bar already, a rawhide bedroll versus a fiber bedroll. It didn't give us any stone or wood. It gave us what's called an aloe extract. That's basically a version of the healing wraps, only it's in liquid form. It's like kind of like a healing potion. And then it gave us healing wraps and lasting feast. So a lasting feast is a heavy and fatty meal, and it allows our carrying capacity to gain 45 pounds just for a temporary basis. So we will get into that just a little bit more on the next episode. For now, we are going to stop this episode. I will start another one, but for now we're just going to stop this episode, and when we start up the next one, we're going to change some of the settings on this thing so that it is a little more quicker progress, and we'll be able to move through the game a little faster than normal, so it won't be so grindy and drawn out. Alright, so for now, I will say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.